Hey you, will you be my friend? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I've been making a lot of very real talk videos lately. I mean, I guess this is just the second one, but it's been that kind of week. I just kind of wanted to get on here and ramble a little bit about loneliness from a fellow loner. I'm a loner. This is something that I have known about myself all of my life. I was always that girl in school who just kind of knew everyone, was all right with everyone, had my friends, but I never felt like I made bonds that were just consistent. This is what I want to talk about, because it's not really the depth of friendships that I struggle with, it's the consistency of friendships. I feel like I've always struggled with outgrowing friends, which I feel like a lot of us can relate to. And I don't mean in the sense that I'm growing at a faster rate, just that we kind of grow apart and take different lanes in life, and then it's just like, well, I miss you. I think it doesn't help that I moved countries at a very formative age when you're really kind of locking in who your lifelong people are. I left the Bahamas to move to LA when I was 17. So I had friends, but we just kind of all went off to college. I moved to start my career in entertainment. I just kind of look up and now I'm 23. And that doesn't sound like that long, but what is the math? That's like 6 years of not really seeing or speaking to my friends. We know we still love each other. We check in enough to know that we're still there and that it's gonna be exactly the same when we meet up again. But it's not the same. It isn't. I feel like I'm at that stage in life that people talk about where it's like real life. Adulting is starting, it's happening. There's so much to think about and handle and take care of all the time. You have to be starting a career or at least making money. You have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend if you're into that. You have to be a daughter or a son still. Some of us are parents now, and you're still trying to make time for your own self and mental health and spirituality, and also make time for friendships. As a person who is not good at, let's just say I'm not an extrovert at all, which is weird because I'm super drawn to the internet and being really vulnerable online, but that doesn't make me an extrovert. No, don't get it twisted. I am very much alone in my apartment in Florida, just kind of venting to a camera, not really realizing how many people might end up watching this video. As someone that's always struggled with friendships and keeping friend groups, it's getting really real. I'm just kind of looking back on life on a particular day where I feel lonely, which doesn't happen often. I love being with myself in my own space, and I really don't love too much socializing, but there are days where I'm like, I think I'm lonely. And it doesn't help that I haven't been, keeping those bonds super strong with my friends right now, because I don't feel like I really have them to turn to. That's sad. Ugh, that sucks. And it's not like I don't have friends, let's be real. It's just, I'm not the type of person that really buys into strong identifiers, if that makes sense. Whether it be sports teams, religions in an extreme sense. I'm definitely spiritual, I believe in God, but that's not the same as being super religious. Whether it be political or colleges, anything that has to do with herd mentality, which is kind of what this society runs on, the presence of herd mentality. I have always been on the outside of that. I do not invest in what the flock is doing, and that for me can be really liberating. I feel very much like my own individual who knows my own personal beliefs. I have a very strong moral code. I have a very intense conscience. I question everything almost scientifically. I don't take much at face value, and that's always been me. I've been okay with that. But it's just the downside of it is there are days like this where it would be nice to be a little more naturally interested in things that involve community. That's what I'm trying to get to. things that involve togetherness, it's not that I look down on it or don't like it or think it's bad. I just don't naturally, I'm not drawn to it. And so oftentimes I realize like, wow, you're really kind of like on your own in a way. You're really doing your own thing. And so everything has its pros and cons. And today I'm feeling the cons. Oh, I'm feeling the cons. And like I have my boyfriend, and that's enough for me. Like I need my little family. I have my parents, I have my brother, I have my cousin, my good one cousin. I have my boyfriend, and I have my Grammys. Like I have my family, and I am so content with that. I am so content with that. But it can be like limiting, you know? I have always been envious of groups of friends. Personally, I grew up seeing a lot of like cliques, and not in like the negative connotation way, not in like the excluding way, but just kind of it's a beautiful thing, and I admire it, and I'm kind of in and out of different cliques. But I have always just wanted to have like my girl group. You know, I look at it sometimes and it's like, that sounds nice, like traveling with a bunch of girls, being able to like tell them anything, and we're all bridesmaids at each other's weddings, and it's like how you see it in the movies. I've always seen that and been like, oh yeah, that's normal, that sounds fun. But I can't say that I feel like I have that. And I've always also said, my boyfriend says this to me a lot. He's like, why don't you go make friends? And not in a way that he's like tired of me, just like kind of concerned. He's like, you should probably do that. And I'm like, oh, it'll happen though. When I was auditioning, I always said, I feel like when I land, you know, a movie, or I'm working and I'm in an environment where I feel like I am so me, I am doing me, that the people that I meet in a space like that is when I'm going to form bonds that I feel like can last forever, because I am at my peak, they're at their peak, and we met doing our thing. So of course we're gonna get super close and it's gonna last forever. But I hate that I was reliant on a certain time of life to go out and, especially in a different country, make friendships that are like family. I didn't take that initiative. I've been so work oriented in my mind that I'm looking up, and it's been 6 years that I live in America, and I truly can't tell you that I have friends in America that come anything close to what I had growing up in the Bahamas. And that just speaks to my character. That just speaks to my personality. 6 years is a lot of time to do that, and I truly don't feel like I really did that. And so now it's just kind of days like this where hormones are doing their thing. For some reason, I just want to be able to go out with a friend today, and I don't have one. So this is the downside of being a loner. And more often than not, there's upsides, because I cannot stand the drama that comes with friend groups sometimes. And I know myself, I know that I don't have much tolerance for just things that I think don't make sense or is a waste of time and energy and emotions. And sometimes I feel like in my age group, I have a really hard time finding like a certain maturity level that I feel like I can learn from. I don't want to have to be like the therapist of the friends group or the coach of the friends group. And so I think that's another reason I've avoided it, because I kind of can tell when I meet people what position I'm gonna assume in their group of friends, and I don't want to be that. I got better things to do than that. So it's just tough. Maybe it's just the age that I'm at, mixed with my personality and maturity level, and me wanting to get something out of friendships as well. But it's just a very interesting conversation, and I feel like there has to be at least one other person my age who's like, I totally get what you're saying. I'm going through this too. And I definitely feel like speaking more into like maturity levels. I'm in a committed relationship, and that, to me, that's family. That's a non-negotiable. I'm not going to do anything that compromises my relationship, because I know that that's my future, at least a very, very big part of it. And I have a hard time finding people in my age group that are at the same place, and sometimes the things that are expected of me as a friend to do and join in with and places to go, I'm just like, that does not align with what I actually want and where I'm actually at personally. So how do I genuinely be friends with these people if I can't enjoy the things that they want to do together? Like, how am I supposed to navigate this? Let me not even get into the fact that I don't even know where I want to settle down yet. My boyfriend and I are constantly like, well, where would we even want to buy a house one day? Like, do we do that in the Bay, in California? Do we do that in Florida? It's not happening in the Bahamas likely. Do we move to Canada? Like, where do we want to live full time? And what does that mean for our friends that we have now? And making new ones. It's just such a weird time to be this age where you kind of do want to plan into settling down just a little so that you can build a life for yourself. But you're coming out of something like a pandemic where you weren't able to really explore the world and meet people and figure that out. I know all of this comes with time, and I know I probably sound impatient. It's just the stream of consciousness right now that's going on. I have to like say it so that it's not stuck in here bouncing around driving me crazy. So yeah, this is me venting about being a loner and what the struggles of being a loner looks like. But at the end of the day, I know myself, y'all. I know who I am, and if things were on the other extreme, I would be way more uncomfortable for totally different reasons. So I know that everything happens in the way that it's supposed to and comes with time. Staying authentic and true to myself will always be the way, and it will always lead me to where I'm supposed to end up regardless. And I have people. I definitely have people. I think just the sense of community and grounding is kind of what I'm missing. And the idea of home. Where the hell is home? It's tough. It's tough because I still, when I say like, oh, I'm going back home, I'm talking about the Bahamas. I'm probably never gonna live there full time again though. California was a place for a purpose, and that purpose has been taken away, so that's not really relevant. Florida is where most of my family is at right now, and so I'm here and I have reasons to be here to finish up school. But at the end of the day, where do I feel like is home? Where are we all gonna end up? It's just a weird time of life, guys. I think that's what it boils down to. It's just the time of life that I'm in. Let me know if any of you guys relate to this conversation, and I know that there's a lot that we can all learn from each other. If you have any advice for me, please leave it in the comments. I'd love some positivity right now. I just don't want to harp on all of the negativity, but I had to get it out, and I just wanted to be real with you guys and let you in a little bit on more of my personality and what's going on in my head and what kind of a down day can look like for me. All right, you guys, this is definitely gonna be an ongoing conversation, but thank you so much for watching this video, whatever this stream of consciousness was. Let me know what videos you wanna see from me in the future, and hit the subscribe button if you feel like it. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.